Hi, welcome to my channel. My name's Becky. I'm a wife, mom, realtor, and homestager located in the great state of Utah. Today, we're gonna be redoing my son's room. I am so excited. We just moved into our home this past summer in August, and it doesn't really feel like home yet. And so I feel like now is really a good time to start getting settled in. We just did my daughter's room, who's 11 months old, and now it's time to do my son's room. So we've been thinking a little bit about what we want to do, and we kind of have a good idea going. So follow along. I'm going to do the whole thing, time lapse it all, and share a few tips along the way. Can't wait for the reveal at the end. I'm excited to see it myself. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're interested in this type of content here on YouTube, please consider liking and subscribing this video, and of course share it with your friends if you think they would like it as well. And let's get started. Okay, so we start by prepping the room by removing the shades, things off the wall, and go ahead and paint the entire room with a coat of primer. My son, as you can see, had a black wall, and previously, like right when we moved in, I had painted Batman on the wall for him, but he's kind of out of his Batman phase now, so we want to go ahead and prime over all of that just to make sure that when we paint it a nice light color of paint, we don't have to do like 3 coats of that. So that's what you see me doing here. Even the parts that are light gray, I'm still going to prime all of that. Okay, so this is me cutting in after I did the first coat of primer. Typically you want to do this in the beginning, so if this is a home project you're doing, I recommend doing this on the front end and not later on, because it's a little bit more of a pain to do it later because you're going to have to probably cut it in a second time. Once all that primer was dry, I went back in and painted it with the actual paint color, which is Fresh Linen from Home Depot. It's a bare paint and I got it in a satin finish. I just painted the entire room and the ceiling this color. I know, the ceiling. I recommend if you are doing a project like this and you are painting the ceiling, don't do what I did and hold the roller over your head for 1,000 years. Get the appropriate roller for painting ceilings. It will make your life so much easier. Once the coat of paint was dry and everything was good to go, I went ahead and grabbed the sample size paint jars that I got from Lowe's and opened them up, organized them, and started working on the mural. So my son right now is really big into the outdoors, is asking a lot about going camping and fishing and hiking. Since we live here in Utah in the mountains, we're big outdoorsy people. So I went ahead and started modeling his room after this theme. So you can see me here kind of painting the ground. I'm not a professional painter by any measure at all, and I had never painted a mural on a wall except for a dinosaur that I did on my son's room when he was like 2, but I've never painted anything like this before. So what I did was a couple of different things. I started by doing the background first and then kind of moving forward towards the foreground. As you see me painting the mountains here, how I got that effect of it being kind of like gradient watercolory is probably exactly what it sounds like. So I took the paint, traced kind of the outline of how I wanted the mountains to look, and then used a washcloth that was soaked with water and started rubbing the paint downwards and adding a little bit here and there as needed so that I could have darker paint and lighter paint as we got towards the bottom. It was a really quick, easy process, to be honest with you. So if this is something that you want to try in your home, this is actually really, really easy to do. After I got done with that, I kind of started working on these birds, which honestly, I think I made them a little bit too big, but that's okay because my son really liked the birds and thought it was fun watching me paint them. So here you see me working on the trees, and this is the part that took the longest, and I think for me was the most trial and error part of this whole experience, because like I mentioned before, I am not like a painter and I have never painted a mural before. So it was really tricky for me to figure out how to paint these trees and make them look cute. I was going for more of like a shadowy background tree and then having a little more detail the closer we got. I wasn't really working out exactly how I wanted it to be, but each time I added a layer of trees, I could see more and more how, oh, this would work. So I just want to encourage you, if you're not like a great painter and you're a little bit nervous, don't worry, I was nervous too. And the whole time I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know how this is gonna work out, if it's gonna look good. But in the end, it did end up looking super cute, and my son did really like it. So if I can do it as someone who's not super duper artistic, I think you can do it too. So when I got to this wall, this is when I went rogue. I threw all caution to the wind, tried a totally different type of tree, because I got an idea of doing a tent. Yes, a tent, like a little teepee over here. And I wanted this to be like the big camping tree next to a campfire. So I actually ended up adding a tree, adding more ground, and eventually painting a fire over there. Now you see me doing the last little details, the shrubs, touching up the bark on the trees, adding just those finishing touches because we're basically done now. So that's it, guys. What do you think? I think it turned out super cute. My son loves it. We love it. And yeah, if you like this video, please like it.